Good Wednesday. Good Wednesday. Evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Wednesday. I am your meteorologist, Pearson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for our Wednesday evening going into our future. So, we're going to start off first by saying that if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure you go and hit the share button. Share it with somebody new today so they can go and hit the subscribe button. And also, make sure that if there's somebody that you know that watches but has not hit the subscribe button yet, make sure that they go on and do so as well, because it's completely free. I'm getting no money from this. I'm not getting any money because of this. It's all just coming just from me wanting to have or wanting to do the weather for anybody that wants to see it. Nothing that needs to come out of your bank account or anything like that. So make sure that you go on and share it, because it will really help me out as we're trying to get to our goal of 500 subscribers, as we are now at 428. But now, let's go on and talk with the recorded audience for the people who cannot be here tonight and only could watch it recorded. Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Wednesday. I am your meteorologist, Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Wednesday evening going into your future. But first, just before we get anything started, I just want to say congratulations for making it halfway through the week. You have made it halfway through the week. And we just got Thursday and Friday to go, and then we will be at the weekend. So make sure that you are finishing up the week strong. But let's go on and talk about the weather first for the state. Talking about tonight in general, there is, not really much going on. Not really much is happening in terms of the state. And then if you go on and look at the entire United States, there's, again, not really much happening throughout pretty much the country either, maybe except for down there in Texas and over there inside the Northwest as well. Some rain, some thunderstorm activity going on inside of Washington and Oregon as well. Severe thunderstorm watches are up. It goes for about like the next 3 hours or so. Some rain going on in Minnesota as well as Iowa. We also do have some snow in New York, as well as some rain going on in Maine. We also do have some rain in Indiana and Ohio, and then obviously the flooding going on down here in Texas as well, going for San Antonio down towards Corpus Christi, and as well as all the way into Kingsville, Alice, and over here as well towards Encinal. I think I'm pronouncing that right, down there in Texas. But that's pretty much it in terms of the entire U.S. In terms of cloud cover right now is actually not really looking that much. It's looking like it's a lot clear throughout the entire state, and not really much cloud cover is expected. Here is your cloud cover total percentage as we move on through the future. As we go through tonight, and it's looking like cloud cover will pretty much be non-existent through tonight. And as you go all the way into tomorrow as well, tomorrow is also looking like it will be a non-existent cloud day, so pretty much clear. Current temperature is 68 in Columbia as well as 61 in Winsboro, 61 in Newberry as well as 62 in Chapin and Camden, 62 in Florence, 59 inside of Conway as well as 59 in Loris, 57 in Georgetown as well as 64 in Somerville, 59 in Charleston as well as 61 in Key Island. We even have 64 near Earhart and 66 near Hampton and Allendale, as well as 62 near Greenwood, 61 near McCormick, and 62 as well up there inside of Donalds as well. In terms of the far upstate, though, just for like Greenville, Spartanburg, 57 in Greenville and 59 near Spartanburg. Low temperatures for tonight: 40 in Greenville, 39 in Spartanburg, as well as 39 in Rock Hill, 40 in Chirag, as well as 39 in Dillon, 47 in Myrtle Beach, as well as 47 in Georgetown, 53 in Charleston, as well as 52 in Hilton Head Island. We even have 42 inside of Barnwell and Aiken as well. And with this does come an area of frost as well. An area of frost is possible as we go into tonight as well, and that will show inside of the crazy score that I'm about to show you once we are all done with the forecast. But you can see that that's not what I want. With temperatures in the high 30s and the low 40s, that will bring that frost threat. Going into precipitation, no precipitation is expected tonight, and no severe weather for the next 3 days. You can see that there is no precipitation expected for the next 3 days, but there is severe weather possible through the next 8 days. And speaking of, on Monday, we talked about this last night, but Monday, March the 31st, we do have a slight risk of severe weather that goes for the entire state. The entire state will have a chance of receiving severe weather from a 15 all the way to a 29% chance. But overall, they just say 15% risk is usually the yellow, but it's 15 to 29% chance. But that's pretty much it in terms of severe weather, in terms of thunderstorms going on into actual rainfall. Now, excessive rainfall, because that is another huge one. If you go on all the way down here towards South Carolina, you can see as we go into tonight, none for tonight, same thing with tomorrow and Friday, even as we go into Sunday as well. Monday we might have to watch, so I think we might get some more information tomorrow, but right now it's looking like we're good in terms of excessive rainfall for the next 5 days. Now, talking about our short-term future, then we'll talk about our long-term. Short-term, just the next 48 hours or so, just to see what is going on in terms of rainfall. As you go in and push this forward, there is no rainfall going on all the way through to 2 o'clock p.m. on March the 28th. So we're looking good in terms of rainfall for about like the next 48 hours or so. But in terms of the next 7 days, next 7 days going out into the future, like 300 to 400 hours, it's looking like that it could be a pretty interesting time frame. You can see as we go on, the time is in the top right corner of your screen, and you can see that there is not really much. I mean, there is some rainfall on March the 30th, maybe March the 31st. There goes our severe weather, but past that, maybe some more rainfall on April the 3rd as well, and then even as we go into April the 9th as well, some rainfall with some thunderstorm activity is possible, even on the backside. Going into early morning on April the 10th as well. But that's like over 300 hours out. And you can see as well, with that comes the temperature anomalies as well. You can see when it will be above average or below average as well. And you can say we're pretty much staying above average throughout a good portion until that cold front will move through. Going into that Monday, obviously, that cold front will take shape, but the warm air really does not leave. It will actually take right back over. Then cold air tries to come back, going to around like April the 8th or the 9th or maybe even the 10th or the 11th as well. So that's what's going on in terms of temperature anomalies and rainfall and all that kind of stuff. But now let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. My cousin Dad says, good evening, Joseph. It was another beautiful day here. Got all of our mulching done and had some guys plant a fruit tree and mow the lawn. That is a great thing. A great thing to hear. Hopefully, with the rain that's falling down, you won't really need to water it much because of all the rainfall that's going to be falling. So hopefully that's beneficial. Mr. Oliver says, good evening. Looks like the pollen has died down some. Very nice in my house today, and all the birds are happy, and the pollen looks good too. That is fantastic to hear. Cheryl says, hi, Joseph. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Hello to you. And then my cousin Cheryl says, good evening. Hope this hump day was okay. I'm at work and listening. You have done good work. Love you for your life, your cousin Cheryl. Thank you so much for that message as well. And thank you to everyone that you can see on the screen right now that replies or comments every single night. And obviously, with the end of March coming up, it's almost time for another fan of the month. That will be next week on Monday night. Monday night. Hopefully, I'm available for that. But Monday night is also looking like the day that we could do the fan of the month for the month of March. So make sure that you're there for that. So now let's go on and talk about San Antonio and Raleigh. So low temperatures in San Antonio is around 65. High temperatures tomorrow 85. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 64. And then in terms of precipitation for today and tomorrow, precipitation is actually looking pretty high in the 90s to 100% chance of rain. Heavy rain / thunderstorms possible tonight and tomorrow as well. So definitely it's going to be raining for the majority of the day for tonight and for tomorrow as well. Raleigh, low temperatures tonight 36 with some fog, not fog, but frost possible tonight as well. High temperatures tomorrow 67, low temperatures tomorrow night at 47. So no precipitation is expected though. And in terms of severe weather for both locations, San Antonio actually does have a day one risk for some excessive rainfall. You can see right here, San Antonio inside this slight risk of excessive rainfall, meaning that there is a 15% risk of seeing flash flooding throughout the city. As you go into tomorrow, dies down a little bit more, but still that marginal risk there, 5% risk for some isolated flash flooding or some minor flooding is possible. Nothing for Friday, nothing for Saturday, and nothing for Sunday either. If you go into any sort of severe weather for both locations as well, Raleigh does have that same risk, has the same risk like South Carolina does. You can see up here for Monday, March the 31st, Raleigh does have a slight risk of severe weather that goes for Monday. And let me go on and show San Antonio, because I do believe San Antonio does have a risk. Tonight, there's a chance of thunderstorms tonight. But as you go into tomorrow, there is a marginal risk of severe weather. That is for, just seems to be a 5% chance of damaging winds and a 5% chance of damaging hail. Again, isolated damaging wind gusts with 60 miles per hour, and then isolated hail, pretty much small hail up to maximum an inch is expected throughout this region, the brown region. But the yellow region down to your south, that's hail up to an inch, maybe a bit higher, but overall there's probably going to be a more inch in diameter hail in the yellow region than there will be inside the brown. Now looking at the crazy score for the state of South Carolina, right now it's currently at a 62. And you might read 62, see it's in the 51 to 70 strong category, really for strong storms, heavy rain, snow, or wind. And, you may look and say, well, not really anything in terms of storms, rain, snow, or wind, so why isn't it in that category? It's because of the wildfires that are going on, and the frost tonight. That also adds on to the risk. I'm not going live for some frost and the wildfires, but I sure can give you a wildfire update though in what's going on throughout the state and what's going on in terms of the containment, all that kind of stuff. So here it is right here. You can see that we still do have a good amount of wildfires going on. We have one down here that actually just started in Jasper County. Not really much. It's only actually like 0 acres, so not even an acre. We still do have the Carolina Forest wildfire going on, still at 80%, has not gotten to 85% yet. And then Sumter as well had a wildfire that started, I think, either yesterday or the day before. 0 acres, it's not really much. And then up here in Pickens County, which has probably been one of the more news-breaking ones, 2,293 acres have been burned, or at least the fire has been to those areas, and 0% has been contained. They have not contained it yet, or started yet. Also in Greenville, in northern Greenville County, 996 acres have been burned, and it has not been contained yet. You still do have the statewide burn ban as well. You cannot burn anything. Please do not burn anything. If you were not aware of that, I'm pretty sure most people are now, especially if you have been tuning in for the last couple of nights, but please do not. And now let's talk about the entire United States and just what's going on throughout the entire United States and not just South Carolina. Thunderstorms may bring heavy to excessive rainfall and the potential for flooding over southern Texas through Friday. A moderate risk, level 3 out of 4 of excessive rainfall, has been issued for portions of southern Texas as well. A Pacific storm will begin to impact the Pacific Northwest, bringing strong winds, heavy showers, and the potential for severe thunderstorms as well, which is actually very rare. There is a rare slight risk of severe weather up there for portions of Washington and Oregon in the Pacific Northwest. So if you know anybody up there, it is probably storming up there now, with I think like another 2 to 3 hours to go. Obviously the frost going on inside of North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia as well. Georgia as well might get in on some frost as well, and also fire conditions as well. Also going on inside of Georgia. And then other than that, don't really think there's anything else to talk about. Maybe some snow up there inside of the New York region. And I can't really see anything else that's really important to talk about. Let me check the chat one more time. That says we did in fact have some good rain today. That is fantastic. Hopefully that will help out with the drought issue going on over there. Drought monitor will come on tomorrow as well. We'll talk about that because that is when it will be updated. I did ask a question inside the polls. I said, have you shared the channel with anyone new today? 44% says yes, and 56% says no. So if you have not shared with anybody new, please make sure that you do that. Also, if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure that you go and do so. We've had 15 people tune in and only 7 likes. So already 8 people have not hit the like button so far. So let's hope that everyone does that. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Thursday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.